point number 4. Ritual and Edgy holding.
It's all going to come down to one fight. As Ritual once again on the marksman is going to hit the shots. It's Teeny versus Ritual. Again this time, it will be Ritual who gets it. And it will be Ewc who will win this game. On the marksman, finding some bodies. Shutting down the push. There's another.
Bring him to the table. Levin, he said, Quanti, go ahead and watch this replay.
That's going to be it. Ewc have done enough. And your first ever Esports World Cup featuring Fortnite champions will be Ewc.
Unbelievable route from them as they close it out in the end.
This is not me gloating or anything, but this is a hell of a game to be alive for. We got Ewc and Falcons. This is one to watch for Group A.
It really is. This is a celebration of life. We're optimists here on the Amazon Arena. I'm looking forward to this one.
Absolutely. But let's introduce our teams, Falcons and Ewc.
Ewc, a team of titans enter the stage here. Champions on multiple regions, and how will they fare on the international stage? Let's find out.
And Falcons and Tayson and the crew said and showed on stage earlier that their prep is locked in no matter who they face. Can they soar high above Group A and their NA opponents in this game?
Oh, we're about to find out here. Remember, this is going to be the top of Group A. It's very, very exciting times. Everyone here can't wait. You guys at home as well, we know you are equally as excited for this one. So Milosh, without much further ado, let's get off this thing and let them get on with it.
Absolutely. Let's get it on.
Let's get it on.
You heard also from that Edgy interview, a lot of internal changes heading into EWC. Cold, the man on your screen, he is going to be the player we are watching. I think Levin said it best last night. Levin's like, I think it might actually be unfair that they have Cold on the team. Let's see if they could do it. This would be the upset, of course, the 9th seed versus your 1st seed. We'll see if Ewc can still become your tournament favorites here. We're underway with Falcons versus Ewc.
50-yard line. 2 players are going to be on the tunnel side and 2 on the cave, so a little bit of split across the map.
Big nade damage coming in. You knew Ritual was going to get taken down there. He's not able to convert there in the end. Ewc does pick up those 2. Chicho trying to win this against Edgy in the end. He will get taken down as well, and now looks like Rockside will, for the moment, belong to Ewc. By the way, 50 seconds left, and Muzz is actually on the pole. Let's see if he can get through. Right now, he's able to wrap the corner with still 100 health. Here he comes.
Those are going to dive in. Chicho's going to get 1. You have to wonder if the lineouts are going to come in as well, but look at that kill feed. It's Cold who gets 2, and even though we haven't said his name too many times, when it matters most, he does get that elimination. Tayson, though, flies in and gets that return, and with 30 seconds left on the clock, a massive play from him.
They get the return. They also got the kills they needed as well. That flag almost certainly would have gone back, even if that touch went in as well, and they're going to be very happy. As you said, 20 seconds left on the clock. We will be heading into the next round, still tied at 0-0. This will just be a little bit of extra pressure as the round closes out. But man, what a stop, a flailing Hail Mary stop from Tayson to make sure the game stays here at 0-0.
And that's the craziness about the touch return mechanic right in the game. You get that kill and you can use whatever health you have left to fly. Even if you're taking bullets, all you need is a slight touch on that flag and you are going to send it back home. So an opportunity may be missed. Maybe just the hero play was too good, but when it's all said and done and we end our round here and we move and we flip sides, it's going to be tied up at 0-0.
We're tied up 0-0. A switch of sides. We're into round number 2. This will be the deciding side here in CTF.
Taking advantage of Ritual, though. He's going to be challenged on the window here and will be taken down. So Falcons with a really, really strong push off the rip here, and they might be able to get this flag moving, but there's Cold to shut it down just as we start getting excited. As Ewc now start to flood and take over a little bit of mid-map control here. They're kind of just slowly creeping up at the moment. Tayson going to be taken down as well by Ritual, and the kill's starting to stack up now for Ewc.
A kill here alone is not going to do enough. You need to make sure you're timing this with your teammates. Taken down right away, and that really has been the theme. I think the teams have done both so well to make sure they're not, if there's only one player alive, that last player is getting the elims that they need.
Great defensive hold here from Ewc. They pick up 3 kills on their way forward as well. Closest player to the offensive side is going to be Teeny. On the other side of things, you can see but now Falcons are having to play defensively. Ewc are making a move here. 3 dead for Falcons.
Look at this. Muzz gets away, wraps that corner perfectly. Based on the kill feed, you know that this one is going to come home. Muzz is going to score this at a pivotal time as well. The flag goes in for Ewc with less than 60 seconds left in round number 2. And based on how this one has gone, you have to feel like that could be the deciding factor. Really only 30 seconds for a pull for Falcons.
So very impressive. So make sure you've got the ice in those moments to clean up the damage. You can see Muzz having a little jiggle in and around the pool to celebrate. And it will be Xset who take our first map here at 1-0.
And you can already tell, right, in those first matches, you did not see a lot of reaction from these teams as they knew it was the first round of group stage. With this specific matchup, it is different. You saw smiles on the face of Ritual and the entire Xset side after that.
It looks like we're almost ready to go into map number 2 here, Andy. A little bit of a change of scenery.
Yeah.
Hardpoint was absolutely expert. You can see Edgy is going to get a little bit of help here. The bubble goes down as well, which is going to make taking him out of the hill even more different. And now with the damage being done,
look
they
at this.
flood through. Muzz finds one. Cold will follow it up. And this is a perfect start coming in from Xset. 25 points and rising, but the kill feed has been dominated by them. As Ritual now tries to play his life. Not only playing his life, he's taking the limbs with him as well, and that's 2 taken out by Ritual. I mean, that is such a huge play coming in from him, not only to survive, but to make the most of that life. These closing moments, love what I'm seeing from Xset here, though. They're just taking a second. No! When it matters, Ritual hits the shot to break it open.
Really matters, as you said, because 2 limbs had just come in here, yet somehow it's another one. 2 kills that come in there for the side of Falcon. This is the big 1v1 in the back. No, Teeny wins it. Teeny wins 2 of them with Yapko. It's absolutely huge.
You thought for a moment there that was the play we'd be talking about, but Teeny standing in front of this hill and standing inside of it might have just managed to win the game here for Falcons. One opportunity maybe for Xset to flood once more to try and challenge, but with how this man is playing, nobody will have an easy ride.
Yeah, ready for the next rotate here. They still need a few seconds after that. Xset is already there, though. Xset now is in the new hill, and now Xset could win this one. Falcons not able to do it in hardpoint number 4. Ritual and Edgy holding.
It's all going to come down to one fight as Ritual once again on the marksman is going to hit the shots. It's Teeny versus Ritual. Again, this time, it will be Ritual who gets it, and it will be Xset who will win this game, showing the ice that matters in those final moments.
My God, we knew that this series would deliver, and you can already tell. Look at Ritual, look at Xset. These boys are popping off. They are hyped. A down-to-the-wire hardpoint once again for them, and this time they do it against an even fiercer opponent. Smiles across the board on Xset. On Falcons, of course, heartbreak and disappointment after trailing, then leading going into our 5th hardpoint of the game. We know that Xset, from their scrim results, loves a basement hold. Expect them to use that as much as they can this game.
Key once more, and we'll go into a slender lead. This is just a scrap battle bottom middle at the moment. Chicho flies in alongside Yapko, and Yapko will be eliminated. A combination of Cold and Edgy is good enough for them to pick up the elims.
Oh boy, and another one as well. Just add it to the feed. Very nice team shot. We'll see if they can continue it here. 2 from Falcons fall. The Xset team shot's too strong. 3 fall. It is almost going to be 4 fall. Where's Chicho? He's taken down. All 4 down. This will be guaranteed time here for the side of Xset. They will now cross the 115-point mark. Very good team shooting, and guess what? This is why they love the basement. When you can get everyone into these chokes, they can control everything on the map.
Well, that's going to do it here for Xset. They will be able to close it out with that time that they picked up in these final moments. And hey, it's the same stories we've seen on map number 1 and map number 2, right? We get down to the final moment. Who wins the most pivotal battle? It's Xset every time. So they will be up 1-0 here on Keeper.
That was a big, big team shot. And once again, this team's fired up. You got to love it. If you're a fan of Xset, if you're hoping that they take this tournament, you got to love the energy to now go the way of Falcons, because Xset did go for that early hold. Cold making a little bit of noise. Gets another one, of course, off screen. Cold picks up another one. Ritual's also hitting bodies and cleaning up. Muzz is there for the cleanup. Xset is up to their usual tricks. It's 4 down. You thought that the Teeny opener was going to be everything you needed, but guess what? Cold from height inside that building picks up a 1v2. It just opens everything up for Xset to continue holding. Unit can guess where? In the basement.
I mean, at the moment, all of the players from Falcons, I think they might be a little bit flustered here because they're just falling into the crossfire. It's going to be 2 for Cold.
Yeah, they need a bit more time as well because that Xset hold was pretty dominant. Xset already crossing the 60-point mark, and Falcons now find themselves trailing by just a bit. Now Ritual just going to hold the angle, and once again, they're just going to force these opponents down into these. There's only 4 very small chokes down into the basement, and Xset has done so well to hold them. We'll see what Taysa could do on the break.
I think he's looking for the flank at the moment, but the bubble's going to kind of ruin the element of surprise. 4 players from Xset at the moment just sitting in the basement. This is where you wish if you're Teeny right now, you got a dynamite. Maybe that'll help.
You need a SWAT team is what you need here. Teeny's going to try to drop down. Good timing pusher. Doesn't matter, though. Edgy picks up another one in the feed. Muzz also combining. Teeny taken down. Edgy picking up 2 more. The series as well. This will just be essentially a victory lap here on screen. The players on stage are going to know it as well once the math starts to get done by coaches and players. 20 seconds left. Xset, this is a victory lap for them on these final elims.
I mean, it's 30 elims for Chicho, but as we see, it doesn't count for anything when you're losing those games. And when we get to the end of this, it will be a score that we will remember for quite some time, and maybe we'll send some shockwaves through the tournament. Xset with a 3-0 win here over Falcons.
All smiles, all shrugs on the side of Xset, and you could just tell down the line, maybe even a little bit of relief there as you see some hands on the head. And the Xset boys are very happy. As we said, they might have the 9th seed, but they are still your tournament favorites across the board. If depending on who you ask, a lot of the community expecting them to take this tournament. And against the #1 seed, they edge it out 3-0. They'll have to get ready for the next one. Sounds like we have an interview here on the main stage with Xset.
All hail the mighty Ritual. What an incredible 3-0 that was there. Ritual, I want to get into the headspace there. Game 2 was absolutely electric. You popped off, you clutched up. For those watching at home now, for the analysts, the casters, what is going through your mind in that kind of those last moments of the game? How are you seeing that one out there? Because we just saw it was incredible out there.
Yeah, so the last moments of the game, those are always the most exciting because it's so close. You know, playing a really good team, Falcons, it's always just so fun to play, and it's so close every time. So I bet it's fun to watch, and it's even more fun to play.
You had a very tight game against Dragons earlier on as well. Did that kind of like it was kind of an unexpected surprise, really? Did that kind of galvanize you guys to come into this next matchup and treat things differently, or did you kind of do what you do best anyway?
I think every game's supposed to be close like this, especially here. You know, it's the top 16 best teams the whole world, so it didn't really faze us. You know, just glad to play them, glad to win. It's good to be here.
There's certainly a lot of Xset fans here in the house as well, which is awesome for you guys. Yes, they're loving this. And rightly so. Talk to us a bit about the dynamic in the team as well. Obviously, you guys came into this kind of as a favorite to a degree, but you've got such a caliber of talent here on the team. What's it like, the comms, the vibes amongst the team two, kind of all playing together?
Yeah, so our comms, you know, they're really electric. We love to scream and like hype each other up. It's really fun. And individually, our aim is just really good. And we come together as a team. I think we're the best.
You heard it right there. Ritual, best of luck in the rest of the competition. You are top of the group right now. Thank you, my friend. And well done again. That was entertainment like nothing else. Back to you guys in the studio. What a legend.
Cold had some amazing highlight plays, but our PlayStation MVP honor goes to the man with the stash, Ritual, the hardpoint closer. Let's take a look at this young man. Short and sweet answers in the interview, but he made some big statements in the game.
I mean, I'm silent because I just want to give a moment of silence to all the people that were at the other end of his quick scoping throughout that entire series. I think he hit one of the clips on hardpoint, and yes, okay, he was the man standing at the end to get them through on that win, but some of his limbs were unbelievable, and the chaining, it's hard to do with it when you're a marksman. You're expected to get that one impact frag, maybe you don't go on from there. He was chaining them. This man is unstoppable.
Yeah, I would have given him the MVP alone based off of that final play here, right? Where he's just like 1v3 on the site, and it's like, it's to win the game, right? But, like you highlighted just, throughout it, he was just hitting these key shots. The thing is as well about Ritual, right, that I find is that he's doing all this, like he has all the individual brilliance and the individual plays, but he's also the one communicating the whole side of the team, right? He's the one really making sure that everybody knows where they need to be at any given moment. And to do both of those things, to be the guy that can be the carry while being the leader, making plays and calls, again, what are you going to do to beat this team? How are you going to catch up to them when every single place you look at the squad, they're just excellent?
Watch their VOD, learn from this man in
our poor NA hearts. Let's take a look at Xset's roster, though, as this team is just stacked from top to bottom. I mean, cold for me, though, watching him play. Like, you know, you come here, you see a new game, see some players, right? And you get on a POV, and you can just tell, like, that player's different.
You can see he's cold.
Oh, God.
All right, that was terrible.
That was bad.
That was really bad. But
Dragons Esports 3-0, Falcons 3-0, and it seems like it's all in a day's work. I've got Ritual from Xset here joining me in the backstage of the Amazon Arena. Dude, you had a day off yesterday. Talk me through what happened, because we had plenty of action going on the stage, but obviously you guys were, I'm imagining, prepping.
Oh yeah, so all day yesterday, you know, we rested up, ate well, prepped for the game today, and just kind of chilled and watched the rest of the games. And then today we kind of did the same thing, you know, slept in late because we knew we played at midnight. And then we ate well and prepped again, and now we're here, ready to play.
You mentioned the word prepped. I've said the word prepped a lot as well. Everyone here, every other team is saying that you guys are just the most prepared team coming into this. And I've got to give a shout out to your coach, Super Sven, because everyone is saying that he's helping you guys through all of this. is he kind of the glue that's holding everyone together? Talk me through like how your dynamic is coming into these matches with him involved.
Yeah, so Sven is our coach, and he always motivates us to get up and grind and prep and study other teams that we play, everything like that. So I got to give a big shout out to Sven, for really pushing us over our boundaries, making us the team we are.
Coaches don't never get enough love, do they, bro? But you know what? You bring so much energy, so much emotion to the stage, and that's really great for us. You make our job that much easier. So I want to say thank you from everyone here in production, and best of luck in your matchup later today. But for now,
Gaming Gladiators have to get an early start here to give them some confidence. Do not allow Exet to feel like they are just in a full flow state here as we kick things off then, and we're going to have Exet from the blue side.
Convo, and the trades are good. So Exet stabilized nicely. Vanya also seen in the corner, taken down. That leaves space for Cold and Ritual to make bounce to the first pull. But there's no bubble here, so Ritual has to hit a shot, and he does. Picks up the flag just as it was dropped by his squad mate. Maybe a conversation of, do you take it, do I take it? And in that moment, Sinet almost able to find Ritual, but he's clear and free. He's going to score.
Yeah, he will definitely be scoring here. Despite the damage that Cold has taken, Ritual will be fine. Cold just putting himself as a human bodyguard at that point as Exet take an early lead here. It's
super big contest over towards your flag from the weaker of the two sides in a lot of regards. And you've been able to find yourself a pull of your own. Sinet used the MP, will finish things off just to make sure there's no one else to touch the flag, and we'll exit, like you mentioned, with the 1-0 half. But Exet's got to be feeling great about that first start. And if they can hold this position and catch GG on the rotation, it may open the doors for a possible entryway over towards Vanya's location. They need to clear him out of top house, though, if there were to be a pull for Exet.
It would have to be now as well. 24 seconds on the clock. You've got to move if you are Exet. It looks more likely that they will have a chance to do so, and here comes the push.
Is able to find the opener. Frizzy also dropping. It's just down to Sinet. Playing on the backside with Holly. Overwhelming numbers for Exet. They're able to find the eliminations that they need. Vanya spawns close towards Cave, but he's going to try to contest the cap. Can he find the elimination? May not matter. Ritual is stuck at the front doors, and there will not be enough time for them to get the capture. We're going to extra inning. And that will clear out the entirety of the map with the exception of Frizzy and Sinet, who have been seen. Nades are through, eliminations are in, and Exet are vibing as they take the OT, thanks to the advantage of capturing the flag first in regulation.
A strategy perfectly employed, perfectly executed by Exet. As soon as they had that flag lead, going into not just round 2, but overtime as well.
Is that on their breaking attempts towards Hills like 3, they're so good at controlling high ground in limiting the ability for Gaming Gladiators to cleanly reinforce the hills. So we'll see if they can continue to do that. Otherwise, I think you're looking at a player like Vanya to see if he can single-handedly shut down those rotations with the marksman class out.
Excited to see what Ritual can do as well with a little bit more space here on Panther. Let's jump into a listening and see what they're saying.
Let's go, baby! Come on!
On the punchy, red on punchy, red on punchy.
He's fucking
okay, fine.
Sniper.
Okay.
Let's
pick up first good hit, bro.
Okay, I'm mantling. 3, 2, 1, mantle.
Go.
20 white.
Watch
Red room copy.
I'm watching copy. Kite him. Inside. Fight that.
Spawn.
Dead.
I'm giving you a bubble. Guys, on site. Hit him 60.
Oh, fuck, I give him a bubble.
I'm gonna wait. I'm waiting.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna go with amp.
Yeah. Okay, you just clinker. Okay, I could clinker.
I don't think they have a bubble.
Clinker.
Amping. I thought it was further, my bad. Just fight the bubble, bro.
Fight the bubble, it's only 2.
180.
Nice.
We can jump on me.
Okay, we set up for next now.
Play back. Dead. Nice, Ritual. Good
Nice.
On me.
Setting up for next.
Nice.
One's running on next. Left side, right here, Cold.
Okay.
He's backside now, backside. It might be two.
Yeah, it is.
If you want him two backside.
It almost feels like it's on easy mode watching Exet play with how comfortable they are with their rotations, with their chemistry, everything on point as they look to try and hold P2 for even more time. They just keep going and just relentless.
All I can think about is X gonna give it to you, and they're giving it to him good. 230 to 104. Still possibility for Exet to win it out right here. Holly trying to give it a try. Backside of the site can't double down. Maybe enough contest here if one more player can touch to send this to a new hill. But it doesn't look all that great for it. Yeah, there's going to be maybe 2 seconds left that Exet are going to need to find.
We are going to move to P3. It has to be flawless now from GG, but sadly, everything on the opposition side for Exet has genuinely been flawless from what we've seen. Unbelievable pushes, and they get a chance to do it once more as they push through the middle.
It's just unreal to see how much better they've gotten in the last 48 hours. Good EMP starts to come through, gives GG a chance. Vanya, Sined combining, and that's going to be 4 down. You cannot stay complacent here, though. If you're GG, you need to take space away because you need to create a buffer. You need to play the line of scrimmage that can allow you to soak up even more time and still win the rotation and new.
Yeah, the thing is, Xset can just kind of keep pushing, keep GG on their toes, and then set up for P4 if they have to, or they could just win it right here.
Well, it's the fight inside the bubble, and Xset will find the final elims needed. And yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What, are these guys loading in? What's happening here? That is unbelievably good. Unbelievably good from Xset. How you set up holds, masterclass. We'll see what happens here as we go in towards our third mode. This is Keeper. Key will spawn mid-map. Try to control it, score every single second you hold on to it. Gaming Gladiators finding some success through one side. Muzz in their way. Ritual also trying to get the sniper rifle in, and that's enough for them to clean things up once again. We've got a 40-point and more growing in the gap here.
They are getting pinched by GG in the moment, though, so it's not going to be an easy rotation with that key, but with that elimination, does open things up a little bit more for Xset just to gain some time. And look at the way that Ritual is moving around this map, and they are toying with them at this point.
And this is the other really fun thing about watching Xset is when they are down without any shields, Ritual knows he's got timing to get a free elimination and be right back into fighting form again. It's just, they're so aware of when they have an advantage and when they can take advantage of certain moments like that. I mean, it doesn't matter if we see it in first person, third person, fifth person. It's just every time we look at the battle, it's Xset coming out on top. And you're seeing it again. I mean, it's just Xset member on the left side of the feed. Through and through, time and time. It's another clean 4 down. Xset perfectly set up. GG does spawning close. Maybe a chance for one last push.
What is fifth person? Is that like when you're in your dreams and you see a bird's eye view of yourself?
Yeah, when you like you leave your body and you're watching yourself.
Fifth dimension. That's pretty much where Xset is sending everyone right now with how they've been playing.
Holly's going to spawn on the opposite side. Xset trying to chase him down, and they will. So now it's just down to any extra seconds that are tallied for Xset. Put this round out of question, and that will be the case as Buzz will make this mathematically impossible.
It got a little bit dicey there, didn't it? Almost like that catch-up mechanic really helped GG. I won't go into it. I won't.
Man on a mission.
I won't harp on it anymore. You know, I'm not going to challenge anything Xset do at this point, right? They are quite clearly the best team here from what we have seen. First round goes in their favor. Xset will get the better of them as well, and Ritual now just looking to close things out and get this key.
Vanya trying to gain some separation, not going to happen. Ritual will collect, and Xset will get back into their scoring ways. GG, though, up top, right above where Ritual is currently holding inside of barrels. Finding a couple of wins, or at least some trade fights that are not nearly as convincing as we've seen from Xset, so they're trying to take the battle down low. But every time we start to see a 2v2, 2v3 situation, it's cold for multiple eliminations in the feed. He has been a major difference maker for Xset.
16 elims for Ritual as well, just waiting to try and 3-piece, see if he can get an angle with that sniper rifle, but no one going to push. On the flip side, for GG, it's about trying to break once more here. Just needs someone to get the opener. Vanya has been able to get a double, so he will push in, but Ritual
favorable, and the challenges that we're starting to see from GG, well, the way we like to say about this is that they're losing composure pretty quickly here. Mathematically, it has become impossible for them to come back into this title, and that means that Xset is going to 2-0 the Keeper and go up 3-0 overall.
And that means that Xset have still yet to lose a round in Keeper so far this tournament. Still yet to lose a map so far this tournament. They are still unbeaten going into the final map here, potentially as they have the chance to move into the semi-finals. But of course, there is still a chance for Gaming Gladiators to get a reverse sweep. But right now, with how Xset have been playing, that seems like a stretch.
I mean, Cold is just icy. Can I say that? Is that okay?
I think so.
Oh boy, what an addition Cold has been. I mean, when Xset made their move through DreamHack, they were playing with Trashy, who, to be fair, is a very solid player in his own right. But the pickup of Cold has been, I think, what's really turned this Xset team into a major championship contender.
We'll have to see if Xset have anything innovative on this map and mode, or whether they are going to keep their cards hidden for now, and maybe they'll show something new a little bit later on in this tournament. Because right now, they look the more likely to go into the semi-finals, but Gaming Gladiators are still in this one. It would have to be a reverse sweep starting here.
Let's try to take this around the outside. Cold here to play a little bit of Gatekeeper, and Buzz is gone. But keep your eye on Sined in the minimap. Top, middle side. He's what we're talking about. His ability to come off spawn and then just run over towards the other side to try to get the counter bubble. Ritual's guarding it. He's able to hit a snipe and follow up. Holly takes takes down 2, but Muzz is going to safely retreat this back in. First capture once again goes to Xset. Vanya has to force something. The Frizzy also there, but now Muzz is following up on it. Edgy's just going to wait on this back staircase to make sure he's safe to get this pulled in. Well, he's got enough help from his teammates. Already 2-0 up for Xset, and it's another pull with nothing but daylight in front of him.
Is going to be able to run this one comfortably and should be a guaranteed capture because Ritual and Edgy are going to be in position to stop the spawners of GG. Vanya's going to try and chase it, you can see on the mini-map, but he's not going to get into a position to do anything either. This should be 3-0, if not for a grenade, but no grenade in sight.
Yep.
3-0, another flag have Xset. So in the meanwhile, whilst all this fight was happening, they said, well, actually, we'll just grab the flag yet again, and it looks like Ritual is on the move with it, and this should be 4-0. We might see a 5-0 in the first round.
In the first round, my guy. Oh my God. Wow. What do you say? Because he fought for it. Xset find the first. Holly very low. One shot will do it, and it will land. They're trying to get here with Nefrizzi to find these eliminations and score a second time. EMP out. Muzz able to find the counter pull. Cold also finding a double. This could be how it ends as Muzz is gone. There's no one that could contest this. Edgy and Cold have cleared out the GG base. This will be a 5th score here for Xset.
Yeah, you can see that the flag was returned, and now it's just a lap of honor here for Xset as they look to close this game out.
Unreal stuff, man. Just, I don't want to play these guys.
They just decided to sit next to it. It has been all about Xset as they will confirm their victory and move on to the semi-finals here at the Esports World Cup featuring Fortnite in one of the most dominant performances we've seen so far.
Go to bed.
And here we are, Xset victorious, and what a way to do it. We're joined here by Ritual. First of all, congratulations. Xset undefeated, 10-0, not dropping a singular map, and making it to finals Sunday in the semis. How do you feel?
I feel amazing. You know, I feel like all the hard work is paying off, and I'm just excited to play the finals.
You got some time to kind of rest up and prepare yourself for today. What did you do yesterday?
So yesterday, we kind of, you know, it was our chill day, so we just laid back, you know, ate food, slept in a little bit, but we still put in the work. You know, we still VOD'd those guys, we still played scrims, and, you know, no days off, basically, so it was fun.
No days off, especially when you're focused on that big trophy. We'll see if tomorrow you'll be able to make it to it, but because of this victory from Gaming Gladiators, Vanya will be coming in and giving you their team key. Anything you'd like to say to Vanya?
I just wish him the best, and I'm glad that we got to play. You know, I'm just happy, and that's my boy. All the guys on that team are amazing, and thank you, guys.
Thank you, Vanya. Thank you, Gaming Gladiator, for the performance. And, you know, you said you wanted to get to the final. You still have a semi to go through. Heroic. You expecting that to be the same repetition of today, or what do you feel?
Yeah, we're going to put the work in. You know, I expect it to go good. You know, it might be a good game. We'll see. But I expect us to win. You know, that's the goal.
Exceed said they wanted to play you in the final. Get to it. You're expecting that?
Oh, yeah. I can't wait for that. That's going to be awesome.
There you go. You heard it here from Ritual. Congratulations again to Xset. They pick up a key that they get to crush at the end of today. We'll see them tomorrow in semis. But for now, we'll send it back to the studio.
Let's meet those last two teams. First up, it's Xset. Considered the favorites of this competition coming on in. They are actually unbeaten right now. No map loss, no game loss. Can the team come together? Muzz, Edgy, Ritual, they're all there. Cold too, desperate for success.
Like you were saying, they said, yeah, we'll just show up 5 minutes before, talk over some things, and then get into it. And they did beat Xset twice, but that was before Cold joined the roster. So a lot has changed. Of course, not just because it's been 2 months since that last meeting, but Cold has been arguably the whole tournament MVP to this point. So let's see how we go. We got Chalet to kick things off. Xset will be spawning on the red, Heroic in the blue.
Well, Heroic, when they are firing on all cylinders, they do look good, but Ritual's just shut down Hellfire and looks to try and do the same thing to Thomas, but that's why Thomas is one of the best in the game.
It legitimately has been chef's kiss so far for Heroic defensively. So a 0-0 regulation, and now it's just, again, sudden death as they're going to play right on into the OT. I think the thing about it and why I've hesitated to say this, but depending on how this break-off goes, I'm just going to lay it all out. Why not, yes, do this. Just throw an extra member and spend your utility early to get players off these very covered angles. And here we go. Quick bubble in. That pushes Hero out of position. Cold able to find the first. Fernoxy hanging on nicely up top. He's able to take down 2. Hellfire in and out of the bubble. He has to go Goliath mode. Muzz is going to get a pull. There's no one in the realm of possibility of stopping this at the moment. Heroic off spawn. Need to land these nades. 2 members through mid. Muzz gets off the dangerous corner. Can he find a way to capture this? Thomas is going to have the cross. Does he find the shots of the nade? No, he doesn't. And Xset will get the capture.
And it was always gonna be Xset, wasn't it? With the way they were pushing through, with the way they were trying to challenge and push the initiative of we are the bigger and better team. Xset.
Which is way different from Panther, where we saw them play yesterday versus Gaming Gladiators, and they beat the brakes off of them. So let's dig on into this one here, friends. We're going to get Xset in the blue, Heroic in the red. We often have said that the red side is favored, but Heroic, or pardon me, Xset was in the blue on this side yesterday versus Gaming Gladiators, and they smoked them. So
forward, you can see Bubble goes down to get initial protection as Xset will get aggressive and push in as Ritual finds another headshot, and it is all about Xset at the moment. They are in the ascendancy, but that's a...
You don't want to just fully flood this from the front, coming up over towards New. Xset have the setup that they want. They are not fully here yet, though, so let's see how they handle this hit as we jump into an Xset. Listen in.
There's a gate, though. There's a gate. One of them's eating away.
I'm just waiting. You in that?
Dead mid. Sniped him, sniped.
Dead?
Nice.
Okay,
Nice.
Gate was sniped. Crack, I'm running at him.
Okay, nice.
I'm sniped.
Oh, bro.
I can roll by,
He's white. He's left side.
I'm waiting.
One mid.
Yeah.
One way now. I got you tilt.
Okay.
One mid, Muzz. You got
They're out. 40 white. 60 white. 61 one.
Another one.
Fucking audio, bro.
84 white.
Including right here, right now. Take every single second if you're Heroic. The lead is massive. Yes, Xset are here first, but Heroic have such a leader's advantage.
This is what Levin was saying on the desk. There is some good game types, and they have the right sides to Heroic in the early stages of this one as Muzz falls to a grenade, and now it will open up the push here for Heroic.
That G has to go huge. Not quite able to. Break is in. Is anyone even here in time to possibly touch this? It's going to have to be Muzz for a 1v2 setup. EMP will land onto the first one, but he does not get through. How about the heroes from Europe? Heroic look good.
But I think that even if you have that early call of
Devil and Edgy is right there to put him out of his misery. Gets the second, and that's going to be time for Xset.
Edgy on the burst, it was big. Had to get those eliminations as Xset now have the lead. 47 seconds left on the clock, but if Xset were to lose this setup and hand things over to Heroic, it does get a little bit dicey towards the end of this game. You can see Edgy trying to retreat to try and find teammates.
Thomas on the pinch. Is Edgy aware of it? Now he sees the footsteps. That's enough to find the Elam on essentially full HP, trying to make the move forward, and he has done enough. The clock continues to tick. The gap becomes too wide, and Xset will take the opening round here in Keeper. Here comes the drop down in, though. Hellfire from one side, the rest of Heroic largely from the other, but Xset have gotten the clean wipe, and instead of swinging it out, they're just going to sit here and hold it again.
That was an incredible hold from Xset as well. Even though Heroic took their time, and actually it was a plan of action of trying to drop at different angles, they did just play into the hands of Xset, but now this is better from Heroic.
Yep.
They've got that initial damage, and Ritual can't hold.
Nah, it's just too much to deal with.
Well, previously Xset lost their first map of the tournament. Now they've just lost their first Keeper round of the tournament, as Heroic will win just by math alone as they tie it up 1-1 here. And this is looking a little bit scary for Xset. It's
no one anywhere near Ritual, though. How about a time for him to start getting involved? Finds one relatively cleanly. Shots coming over towards the backside staircase. Edgy picks that up. Thomas pushed away. Now the follow from Cold. Absolutely beautifully done. Hellfire up and down, trying to work on it, but that's an EMP that comes through. Knocks out his shields. Cold turns that into a double. Looking for 3. A little snap around the back. Has a 1v1, which he wins. How about the play from Cold?
Cold starting to pop off as he gets a 40th as well. Key on his back.
Trying to play this where, like, hey, there's low health pools. Let me just try to make a play by myself. It's a, let's just wait a little while longer. Wait for assistance. Wait for our off spawners to get here. And then we get good and concentrated hit. And it helps, of course, when Cold is doing that. I mean, we kind of saw it from the third-person perspective. It was very John Wick-esque. But he pretty much went 1v4 inside that little library room.
But can they find maybe the first flag here on Panther? Because if you can, that gives you such an advantage going into that overtime if you end up in overtime.
Yeah, because then you can start to play a little bit with a little bit more control, a little bit more pause. But we'll see if that ends up being the case or not. Here we go, breaking on off. Keep your eyes on Ritual. If he can get a key opening snipe and use this top hedge position, it would be massive for Xset's early efforts. Thomas a little bit safer at range, trying to contest the hedge. But instead, it is Hellfire taking the brute force, the opening damage. He does get away, so he keeps his life, at least for now.
And I think Ritual is really going to be a thorn in the side for Heroic here in this game, and they have to be aware of his positioning at all times. Is you made it sound easy, but it's not easy just to find the eliminations, as Muzz should be good to get through here. You can see on the minimap there shouldn't be anyone to shut him down, and there should be the first flag, and will be the first flag going in for Xset here as they take the lead and they carry on their dominance from yesterday on this map.
There, maybe with the time to get all the way back. Yep, and Hellfire will drop. So it'll end a 1-0 start on this first half. Edgy may go. And that seems to be the case. He's actually going to come back to the play and hit a bit of a pinch. Fornoxy's in a little bit of trouble here. Ritual also making sure nobody makes a play through that top side at patio.
Heroic are a team who can take a mile away from you.
Ritual helping out over the top middle. Shot will land. That will connect on to Thomas. Muzz following up.
And Xset have not been able to get the frags, and this should be tied up. It's going to be 1-1. Heroic do it in the last-ditch attempt.
Wow. He's the last one for Xset. He's going to drop. Do they have time to get this all the way in, though? 2 seconds on the clock. They're not going to get there. And Xset just barely able to hold on for maybe a second longer than they needed to.
By the skin of their teeth, Xset find a victory to take a 3-1 lead here in this series, and that is Heartbreak Hotel.
Nate's kind of coming back in for the defense of Xset, and they are landing, and wow. Ritual, Muzz holding on from the front. I mean, it looked like they were about to be in a 2v4, and they answered to it nicely. Ritual had your teammates trying to pull the focus of the front, but it does not time out well. Ritual able to deal with some damage from the front. Edgy follows for a double of his own. Just need to deal with Thomas, and Ritual has the last shot needed. Now over the 200-point threshold. Xset in the hill for the time being.
Heroic after Hansen now. They have to be able to respond, otherwise they go into one big shot here. Ritual could change the game, almost.
Well, Ritual trying to help out inside the hill. The pinch has been staved off. Kiro from the front, only able to find one. Now it's on to Fornoxy. Around the back, not able to connect onto Muzz. That was the pinch that Heroic needed, and as they get pushed away, now they have to break immediately.
Yeah, that was all 4 players going down, and now they control P4, and even if Xset were to lose this, and remember, P5 moves back up towards them. It needs to be a strong push from Heroic, and then to follow up and get into P5 yourself, but they're just not able to break in at the moment, finally.
But Fornoxy's in a pretty powerful position. Hellfire, lots of damage from the nades. Now just down to the final hit. Kiro's trying to hit up the middle of the map. Can't quite get through Ritual. 239, 223. Heroic are nowhere near this hill. You've got to find a way to get them out. Hellfire on the run. Thomas right there with them. The contest is here, but Ritual and Cold are holding from the pinch, and Xset will take it in a absolute barn burner hardpoint.
Xset do it again, and they wave goodbye to Heroic, and they get that revenge that they so desperately sought out. Xset march into the grand finals, which is what the expectation was from a lot of people who has watched this team grow in this tournament.
I've got Ritual from Xset here, and I've got Okis from Exceed. Is this the match to end the story? Because this beef has been burning since DreamHack Dallas. Ritual.
Yeah, I think this will settle everything.
I like this. Okis?
I agree.
The beef is going to be settled. They're laughing about it. It's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. Seems like neither of you were particularly happy with your semi-final performances, but now it is time to put everything on the table. Final words?
Good luck.
I mean, good luck as well. We're going to win it.
Shake hands if you want to. I like that. It is time for the final. Let's go.
And their opponents, please give it up for Xset! This squad has defied expectations even more than the high ones they already had, only dropping a singular map, 14-1, getting to this grand final. They've made it happen. They've had this dream for months, and here on the grand stage, they're looking to make it happen. Muzz, Edgy, Ritual, and Cold, they are Xset! Yeah!
And I cannot wait to get into game number 1.
Keep that in mind, it's not just the pressure of the bright lights, it's not just the pressure of a grand final and becoming a champion, it's a 1v1, potentially at the end of the series that could decide where that money goes. But Chalet CTF is here, our grand final is underway, and we're starting off with a POV, watching Xset on the break.
First few kills coming in here. This is such a strong play, but look,
immediately answered back as Ritual and Cold wrapping back through mid-map. He managed to slow things down. And even though Exceed got out to a really hot start there, he managed to get that flag off the stand, hopped on board his POV here in Riyadh for the last few days. And he's done things just like that. A beautiful headshot, another one to add to his collection.
Yeah, Ritual doing it all here. The confidence, brought in some trash talk as well. Milk's going to have a defensive bubble early on. That will burn the utility, but it's immediately EMP'd.
Beautiful stuff from Muzz, and I think he wanted to challenge that, just keeping an eye on the eliminations that happened elsewhere on the map. And that challenge that he picks up, the pre-fight here, is all because that flag is moving on the back of Cold. It looks like Edgy might be the closest up, but Milks is dealing with him, and we are going to see our first flag go home. Exet will strike first.
Absolutely huge and had to win those.
Yeah, the frustration here for Exceed is that they're playing on the back foot. Exet being nice and aggressive, and that is going to be the round ending here. Exet will be 1-0 up as we flip sides here in our grand final.
Very happy with that. You already see.
Which is such an important thing to have locked down, especially in a pressure situation like a grand final. Oh, whoopsie. A good side here, and they have an opportunity to really put the pressure on.
Here comes Ritual as well. He knows there's a lot of players around. Gets a great crack there, but has a lot of a target-rich environment now. Needs to play this slowly with Cold in the back. I think they're going to pick up another one. As yes, Ritual will go front base.
Ritual's
that should be everyone down.
I mean, Ritual's going crazy. Cold's cleaning up the damage. Ritual now says, do you know what? I'll put the sniper away for a few moments because I've got a flag on my back. And with already one flag in the bag on the scoreboard, it looks like it could be 2 here. Nobody is here to stop Ritual. That's going to be Exet, up by 2.
Wow. A statement, as you said, and not surprising to see them cap so fast.
The chances are just slipping away.
I love this. Look at Edgy, just going to hold that angle in the end. Picks it up, able to 3P both sides of that rock side tunnel. Edgy now going to hold forward. He knows the spawners are coming in. Bubble goes down for the pull.
Bubble goes down. Denies the LOS. Even though the grenades are there, he's going to get around that corner. Edgy, he's going to get all the way towards Pool. Moz is going to find one in the feed as well. That means the path is going to be a little bit clearer, but Okus and Quanti will answer back themselves. Now, is anyone able to stop Edgy? It looks like they won't be in position to do so. Ritual respawns. Montage is going to be next to him as well, and it will be 3-0 now.
As the clock ticks down, Exet will open up our grand final with a dominating performance.
The clock ticks down. Exet look good. They look ready. They look primed. As even Cold cracks a smile on our main stage here. 3-0 on Chalet CTF. That is quite the statement.
On the side of Exceed, we'll see if they can back it up here. As we said, huge rivalry between these two. It's always the two that we expected to get here. They might have been seeded quite different. Exceed with the second seed out of DreamHack Dallas. Exet had to come in through the North American FACEIT qualifier, but you always had the feeling they would get here. And we're underway in game number 2 in favor of Exceed.
Ritual set up at the back of this half point as well. Peterbot has no idea he's there. The body shot is good enough to get the damage down, and now they just need one good push. 3 or 4 eliminations, and they will step inside that hill and close it out, but they've got to deal with Exet, and Exet will find 3. Milks is last alive. He gets done as well. Exet are back into this.
Unbelievable. A huge, huge 25-point swing coming in for Exet, and there's still 35 points on P5. Now, they can't finish it here, but they can get very, very close, and they can go into the lead on this hill as well.
And what this suits the mentality on the side of Exceed if they don't manage to close this game out, but now they break. Now they hold 20 eliminations for Peterbot. They will get the final moments here, and they will show the ice needed. Exceed will tie up the series here on Panther Hardpoint.
And DreamHack Dallas spawned a ton of trash talk, not only at the event, but also in the weeks that followed. That rivalry continues here, of course, to our main stage. We're underway in map number 3. These two teams tied 1-1.
Fortnite Police are still chasing him down, but he is keeping that trail cold. Here we go then, off the rip. Who's going to be able to go for that key immediately?
Everything is all of a sudden turned around, and they're trailing overall in the series. Ritual and team looking to hold. They will go into a narrow lead.
Oh, Ritual on the marksman finds one, but it will be Muzz who cleans up yet another, and Exet will continue to score as Cole will sweep in.
Key ever does get knocked off, by the way. It will reset just on the cliff side. The key won't reset to a neutral location. It will instead stay right here on the cliff. Very nice team shots coming in from Exet towards the back of the base. And just like that, after being tied at the 20-point mark, they're up 55-22.
Huge play from Cold there, just listening to the communication from teammates. The damage was done. This is going to be the round. It's going to be Exet who take it and will tie things up here on Keeper. No time left for Exceed to push, get that key in their hands. With the amount of time that's left in this round, we are tied up at 1-1 here.
Lady stairs, lady stairs, lady stairs. 120. 80 way.
140 on one.
Two mid. I think they're whited. He's on me. One of them still whited.
Cracked one.
Oh, I have it.
Dead?
Nice.
Go, keep stalling, Richie.
Dead?
Nice.
I get two.
Can we fight it? Can we fight it?
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm clicking his right. I'm clicking his right.
One spawn mid. Two spawn mid. Two spawn
30, hit
mid.
30. I'm getting behind him. I'm getting behind him.
Dead.
Nice.
Run it to you.
30 white. Click behind you.
We jumped into listening, and boy, did Exit sound like they want this. 104 to 70 is the score.
And just in the end, even though the Exceed hold looks good on paper, and even if they continue holding with 8 seconds left, it will be just shy. And you can tell the players on Exet, they know they've done the work. They've closed it out. Muzz wants to keep playing. Muzz wants to keep.
He wants the LMs, he wants the stats. We've all been there, right? Are getting smaller and smaller. Trust me, it can get chaotic. Miscoms can happen, but you've got to lock in as we head into our next map.
Underway here in game number 4, 2-1 in favor of Exet. If you're just joining us, it's been a fantastic grand final so far. Exet versus Exceed.
They get that first elimination. That's the question here. It's going to be Milks who goes down first. Now we're going to see the challenge, and all of a sudden,
As we started to say right before that battle developed, there will be a drop down coming in from Ritual, who will also take down Quanti. Muzz trying to work together on Milks, and they will get those elims as well.
Boss just watching to see if any overextenders will step through. He's going to get some damage down. Quanti will keep this one interesting, and Exceed will put the first flag on the board here.
And off of that, they get the damage, they get the elims. As Ritual answers back, however, picks up 2 of his own. That means this flag should go.
It should go home. There's no one else really in the vicinity to stop this flag going in here from Edgy. Even with a little bit of a desperation grenade going in, he waits. He takes his time, takes a breath, and ties us up at 1-1. Will be taken down. So now, Exit haven't formulated the push themselves on the offensive side. They're going to have to think about helping their flag carrier out and keeping him alive.
And you can tell Quanti started to rotate there all the way back to the flag stand, just to kind of angle away from the spawners, because all of Exet right now is trying to make a push on Statue side. In the feed, you see a little bit happening.
Edgy had no idea where he was. He tried to bubble into the plant, and he was not there. Peterbot played a different angle and managed to get that limit. There you see Mars in a 1v1. He will go down. The flag will go home, and now the question is, will they be able to score? They will go up in the series 3-1 as they will win Panther CTF.
Wow. And the way that we saw that return come through, I was quite confused as well. I think everyone watching at home might have been as well. I think Battle Mills just trying to combine as the first ones do go the way of Exceed. However, those elims will be traded out. 2 players from Exet fall. However, Ritual answers back, so it will be an even 2v2 trade in elims off the opening.
Ritual now.
Look at the entry bubbles from both teams, right? Just trying to maybe hold and get as much damage as they can. It's going to be a little bit awkward as the first few elims go in for the side of Exet. They have the minor advantage momentarily.
One thing to note, Exet, last time they had a hard point, that P2 that was advantageous for them when it came to the spawns was essentially one they locked down without response, and now looking to do something very similar here. And if they do, they will only be a few moments away from tying up this game. Ritual on the marksman, finding some bodies, shutting down the push. There's another!
Beautifully done here. Even more damage. Ritual's not done yet. Combining with Milks.
Look. Carton.
Go next. Next.
I have sight. Okay, I have no ramp.
Next! Come back now!
Come back. You're right.
As well, finally, Exceed will break Ritual in a 1v1 here, and he will win that one as well. Several times, his name appearing in the feed. 17 elims to his name. They will continue scoring at the 200-point mark.
Getting closer and closer, second by second, but here comes the break now. Okis gonna be first up. There's the body, there's the finish from Ritual. It's 2 for him again. He's looking for more damage from Ritual. You can't stop this man. Milk's next. He'll go as well. Ritual is a monster. 14 elims to his name and plenty of time to close out here on this P3 for Exet. 248, 249, make it 250 as they will go up in the series and be 1 game away from being your champions.
You even might have saw in that third-person drone view there, Ritual even hits the shot on that final player pushing in as well. They are popping off. They are hyped. After seeing game number 4 ripped out from underneath them, they will take game number 5 and now lead with the score of 3-2, combined with Cold to pick up a few more. But the chaos in the basement continues. You gotta wonder if maybe one team's gonna try to rotate this out. But actually, Exet's been pretty happy with the points on the board.
And it's thanks to Cold. Look at the elimination feed. Cold gets 3. Peterbot answers back and will find 1. But he will go down as well. Exet cross 100 points already. This has been beyond dominant.
Once again, the Bubbles is also controlling the angles. Can Exceed get a good push here? Because with only 144 left on the clock, they're starting to run out of pushes. for them to get back into this. But I'll tell you what, there's not a lot of free and extra time as Cold and Ritual pick up 2. And with that bubble going down, things are getting very, very different.
Exit now trying to hold on a little bit more, just a minute to go. They're getting closer and closer second by second to making this an impossible task for Ewc to take this round away. Edgy finds 2, Ritual with the body himself, and now he's holding this down, holding this angle. It's extra limbs for him, as it will be Exet who make this mathematically impossible, and will go up 1 round to 0.
Yeah, look at that. Exet very happy with what they see on their side of the stage. And now you might see a lead change yet again. Keep an eye on the game clock. We're tied at 95, 50 seconds left.
And it's all happening in the staircase here. Is Cold and Master combined to take down Oakis and Milk. Quanti will fall as well, thanks to Ritual.
I'm gonna cry.
Being in that feed once more. Exit.
Come on, make the lead.
Extending that lead. Milk's down as well. Edgy and Exit edging closer as he will find 3. Edgy in the feed is going wild right now.
It's a 20-point lead. They have to break now. They have to break. They're not going to break. That's going to do it.
That's going to be it. Exit have done enough. And your first ever Esports World Cup featuring Fortnite champions will be Exit.
Fucking go!
Unbelievable round from them as they close it out in the end. And how about ending it with a full squad wipe, all 4 players down. That's exactly the way that you want to end a tournament. And of course, defeats and shrugs on the side of the Exceed players. As you see races from the side of Exet, they will take the title and take home $400,000.
An incredible, incredible performance from start to finish. A reminder, going into this grand final, they had only dropped 1 game. In this grand final, they were made to work by Exceed. Don't get me wrong, they played their part, but you just felt like the story was written for them. Exit, they come through. A huge performance in these final moments.
They really did. And as we said coming in, it was always these last 2 teams that we expected to be here. Exet being your tournament favorites, and in the end, they will be the last team standing here as well. First place and your tournament champions at the Esports World Cup featuring Fortnite.
And they will get to put their key in that trophy. This is the moment they have been waiting for. Exet, champions confirmed, as they will lift the trophy. As they are the champions of your Esports World Cup featuring Fortnite.
Would you please give it up one more time for your Esports World Cup featuring Fortnite champions? It's Exet!
Yeah, I'm so happy. I don't know what to say.
It's beautiful to witness on our end. And now finally, Ritual, buddy, you and I chatted for quite a bit, but not only are you the first ever Ewc featuring Fortnite champion, but you're also our first ever MVP of the tournament. And if you didn't know, that also gets you an extra $50K on top of your earnings. How does that like?
I mean, that's amazing, but I'm gonna split it with my friends because they deserve it. You know, we're a team here. Those are my guys.
I love that. That is so absolutely adorable. But because of it also, you're the one that gets to take the key that'll be placed at the end of the tournament. Look at him. Ritual, our MVP of the tournament, of course, with Exet, victorious. Any final words? How does this go on from now?
I just want to thank everyone that came out here. I want to thank Saudi Arabia for having us and hosting such an amazing event. And yeah, we put in so much work, and I'm just happy that everything paid off. It was awesome. Thank you, guys.
There you go, your MVP, Ritual.
Ritual takes home our MVP honors of the grand final, the first here at the Esports World Cup featuring Fortnite, and it's for plays like this. Let's take a look at what the marksman was bringing to the table. Levin, he said, Quanti, go ahead and watch this replay, buddy.
What a W, man. I mean, he was constantly in there with this hard point
This
here
one.
was the one that I was like, this is special.
It was on Quanti. I love it.
It was so close.